Hi, this is Mumba Yachi and I welcome you all to the Violet album experience. I want to talk to you about this album because it's an album dear to my heart. As you can see, the cover is the heart. So it's an album that was made for the heart, through my heart, via your heart, and to conquer other hearts out there. So the recording of this album started in 2020 because I remember very well it was after we were done recording the Great Work 2 with the Immortals. I wanted to embark on a recording of another album. So initially it was called the Great Work 3.
We are talking about Violet. I think it's a project that started with a lot of colors, also a lot of different ideas. And it started way back in that studio that was built up on in my own little yard at home in Avondale, and made with a lot of passion, of course.
So how did it come to be called the Violet? Is because just when we started recording the songs like Maya Ebale, songs like Hinswa, songs like Papa Wemba, those songs were recorded in the Bamboo studio. And then after some time, in October, on the 30th October 2020, the studio got burnt. So when the studio got burnt, it was a disaster, as we might recall. The whole country came to support the artists, to support not only me but all my crew, all my team. We were so much comforted about that. So my personal life and my career, I've been going through a lot of challenges, and then I said, instead of calling this album the Great Work 3, I will call it the album of the rainbow, because even mythologically, even biblically, when you read about the Noah story, when Noah saw the rainbow, it's about the end of a certain calamity.
Of course, it was called the Bamboo Studio for a good reason. We had it was a nice thatched cottage with the main session room covered with bamboos all the way around. And that made it unique in the sense that the sound was unique in there. Also the environment was unique because of the way the bamboo came out. So I think that that itself gave us that ambient that we felt that became a part of the bamboo as well. I mean the Violet project. It's a studio that became home for a long time because of the COVID, and it was a place that was so open for experiments. Not only me and Mumba, we worked together on songs, but there were other artists coming into the studio doing things. I worked with Tazara and Gambi. I worked, of course, we recorded for Afro Red, we recorded for different other artists and groups in Zambia. And when we started recording for this album here, then I think we didn't really know anything about where we were going. I could see that what Mumba he brought on the table was very much different from the previous album, which was a Great Work 2. That was like a pure live album. We were almost playing live in the studio with the full band. This year was very much an album where we started with that little tone, that little melody that Mumba has created on his acoustic guitar. From there, we did all the basic tracks, like on those few songs that we started with, which was like The one we called, there was of course Papa Wemba. There was what at that time we called them fucking grade 1, 2, 3. Now they have other names on the album. They came to life with that idea of creating something acoustic, more classic, more kind of, with a completely different feel. I think Mumba, he said something with a violet feel, and that can be true to him. For me, I saw it more like we were trying to venture into some new avenues. And that's what we did. Everything we had, like except for a few things you can see here, these 2 speakers, they were not there that day. My computer here, this computer was used somewhere else, but what I was using there was that little Mac hard drive, that little square one. And that one burned completely. Everything burned. It was like completely hot in there, so it almost kind of melted down. And that it meant that also the hard drive itself was really damaged. So we couldn't retrieve anything from the hard drive. We actually sent it off to UK to some specialists to see if there was anything left. There was absolutely nothing. Anyway, so we had a few things that was kept on a flash. Other things was on the cloud and stuff. So altogether, yes, we did save maybe 3 or 4 songs. But of course, like in the middle of all those other issues, that we were struggling with, maybe like when they came to at least the COVID and so on, then that was a bit of a what can I say? It was a hammer right in the face. So what we did was to kind of think a bit and make a plan, and the plan was to make this interim studio in the same house where I'm staying in Amerdale. We put up a little studio, which was basically what you see here, plus as a little sound card that we actually got via some of those contributions that we got from people around the country.
The idea just expanded itself to say, if I call it the album of the rainbow, because I wanted to make 7 songs, every song with a color: violet, indigo, blue, green, red, orange. So then I said, with the pandemic, you have more time to be alone, you have more time to be inside. So thinking. That's where the idea came to say, no, why can't you just make 7 albums, each album with a color? You just make it like 7 albums, and then, because you have all the time. Plus, you are an artist, you can still create. That's how the idea came to say, no. So now we are going to make albums. We are going to make the violet, we are going to make indigo, we are going to make blue, we are going to make green, we are going to make orange. So that's how today we have the Violet album.
Yeah. Hi, my name is David Kasochi. I'm a band leader, bass player, composer, and family man. Yeah, I was privileged, actually. I consider myself very, very privileged and honored to have been a part of the Violet album. I think for so many years that I've known Mumba, I've been so close to him and I've followed his journey. From the very first project that he did, I won't mention names, but he's one of the people I consider a shining star in this generation as far as music is concerned. I'm a fan of his music, and when he asked me to be a part of this, I didn't even have to think twice about it. It is something that has been a blessing and a thrill to have been part of it. Today, we are celebrating the birth of Violet, and it's an album that has been a blessing to me, and I know people have received it with both hands. It is an album for me. How I can describe it in a few words is it covers all emotions, love in different dimensions, meaning there's the sad part of it, there's joy, but at the end of the day, everything is coupled in the word love. and the genius at work actually, because every time I sit with Mumba, we do have lots of hours we spend together talking about music and artists that have gone beyond us, people that have inspired us to be who we are today. And he would just listen or hear something, and immediately he's going to think of a song, and a song is born just like that from the word go. So I consider him a genius. He's a genius, and I'm proud to say that, because I have known so few people who are able to do what he does, and this album explains it all. For me, it's really groundbreaking for our industry as musicians in Zambia, and I hope that this album is going to be around for so many years to come. This is a timeless album. Thank you, Mumba, for doing this, and thank you for inviting me, for allowing me to put my best parts in it, by the way.
It's a long journey of making that box set. I always picture a box set, I usually picture a box set of that rainbow box set, every album with a color. So this is a violet which is done. It's an album that I like so much because and then we wanted it to give it a mood. That's when I had more time to research about the violet color itself. It's a color of power, it's a color of royalty, it's a color of depth in thinking, it's a color of spiritual enlightenment. It's just a color of creativity as well. So even in the album, I wanted to depict the character of the color. So even that's why those songs have got. I wanted to give those songs a certain touch of mystery. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Michael Engman-Torp. I am the producer of mixer and mastering engineer of the latest 3 albums with Mumba Yachi, in the co-work with Mumba and with Mr. Jakob Hoff. I'm sitting here in the border area between Denmark and Germany. I have this humble studio. The Pro Tool station I've just brought up Tazara, so you just have the atmosphere of one of the nice singles. I met Jakob 25 years ago, and he brought me into this during the first album called The Great Work. We had it, and I made a single mix for Mumba to demonstrate what I heard and what I thought this album or this music, what it could bring. And since Mumba was very delightful about what he heard, so then we started up co-work. But only during the second album we actually met each other and also tried to work in studios together and recording. And at that time we were recording, for example, the Squeeze My Lemon in the more funky version, and yeah, had a great session time at that time. This album, Jakob and Mumba recorded in the late Bamboo studio, unfortunately, and the new one as well. And then transferring all the files up here, mixing, mastering, giving my idea of the atmosphere, the wideness, and a lot of talking with Mumba. What is the expectations? What's the feel? What's the atmosphere that we want to bring up to all you guys who are listening to this music? And I'm following you all on Facebook, following the comments, of course, and it's nice to see that a lot of people like this work, and we like to work together. So that's lovely. Yeah, and as you see, this is what it is. It's all about having this feel about what we are going. So I'm looking forward to see Mumba and all the other in Zambia again, hopefully soon. So have fun.
Yeah, so this song Manami is a song that I wrote it in Lunda. Lunda is a very beautiful language of my country, Zambia, And then I wanted to talk about, as I said, like after been going through a lot, so it was time to rest. It was time to enjoy a little bit of good things about life. So it made me remember about how many things we go through, how hard life can be sometimes. So I wanted to tell somebody out there to say, you have been going through a lot. Now it's time for you to rest and enjoy. Manami means my son or my child. So I say, you have gone through a lot. It's time for you to rest and enjoy. I know all your pain. I know all your sufferings. You have suffered a lot. Now it's time for you to rest a bit and enjoy life. That's what it means. I've got that affinity attachment to those instruments. So Hinswa was done. I wanted to have that Enya feel in the choir. I wanted to have that medieval sound. That's why you hear. I wanted to have that Western world sound. That's why you hear the mandolin playing in the album. You hear that choir in the album. I wanted to mystify the story of Hinswa, which is the flying termite. In Bemba, we call them like that. this Hinswa who was just flying around, coming from a cave, coming from darkness, and then you see the light, you feel like, this is nice, it's nice, but you don't know, maybe that light is a trap. There are some people behind that light waiting for you. They just want to eat you and enjoy you, taste you and feel you, but you are just there excited, the light. So this song, I feel like, is also very important to give this message to the people. Enjoy this song. It's called Hinswa. The first idea about Tazara was actually, I wanted to write a song titled Serengeti, because as we know, Serengeti is the biggest, one of the biggest game parks that we have in the world, and very beautiful ones. So I wanted to pay tribute to Serengeti. And then I just said, okay, that Serengeti is in Tanzania, okay, but how am I going to connect it with my people back here? So if I just talk about Serengeti, it takes it away. And then after doing some more research, I fell onto the Tazara story. I said this is better because when I talk about the railway which unites Zambia and Tanzania, this is going to unite the two people. And then we got some time to do more research on the Tazara railway, how it was built. It was a very, how we call it in French, they say, a very pharaonic project. So it is also a way for me to pay tribute to our founding fathers, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda and Mwalimu Nyerere, for coming up with those ideas on how to do business between these two countries. And then it never just brought, it was never just political or economic or even socially. There were a lot of babies that were made through that road, that railway. So it's a good story. So I wanted to focus more on the baby side of the story, how a baby was made through via beautiful railway, through the journey. So it's this boy who was born in Zambia, and then the father was from Tanzania, and then the boy was asking the mother to know where the dad is, and then the mother told the son that your father is from Tanzania.
Nipeleke kwa baba yangu, mahangaiko na mateso imedumu, niko nalia sawa kama mtoto mdogo, ninataka kumuona baba yangu. Believe